Guys, Natasha Hausdorff, an incredible British lawyer, was recently asked about the Hezbollah pagers as well as anti-Semitism on Fox News, and she had some great responses. Check it out.
Hausdorff, international law attorney and expert, and Christina Pascucci, former Democratic U.S. Senate candidate in California. Natasha, you're new to the panel, so of course you have to go first on this thing. I was fascinated by this because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was asked about the pager attacks in Lebanon, and she said the following.
U.S. Department of Defense guidelines actually explicitly prohibits the use of booby traps, and they define booby traps as non-combatant devices, cell phones, things like that, being used and have explosives hidden in them.
And sticking to her plan and her theme is it's always Hamas is right, Hezbollah is right, Israel's always wrong. What do you think?
Well, there's a certain type of individual trace that discovers international law at times like these when they believe they can use it as a weapon against Israel. What we just heard there was legally illiterate. In fact,
that was a great line.
The military manuals of the US talk about the appropriate use of booby traps. But in any event, the pagers situation that we're dealing with, this extraordinary situation of Israel potentially, although we don't know who has real responsibility here, using Hezbollah issued personal pagers to be able to get to Hezbollah operatives, talks about Israel's precision and its targeting, and the ability to distinguish between civilians and combatants in this extraordinary fashion. You can't really think of a better example of complying with international humanitarian law.
Yeah, I see you nodding, Rabbi.
Oh, you went after the soldiers. You didn't go after the people anywhere in Lebanon. That's number one. Number two, think about this was 5 years in planning, and everything was done perfect. My question is, the Jewish people are sitting and wasting their time making these little charges. We would love to make medicine. We would love to study Torah. The world would be better off, and we have to just think about how to go make little charges explode. The world would be better off if the world would just stop fighting with each other.
Really is how are you going to protect the Jews from all of these attacks?
Well, the really sad state of affairs is that emigration to Israel by Jewish communities around the world is at all-time highs. We're seeing Jewish communities under threat, as I say, around the world. Coming from the UK, though, and traveling around the United States the last couple of weeks, I have to say the support for the Jewish community here in the United States, I think, is second to nowhere else. And that is an extraordinary thing. It's one that I hope will continue across this election campaign, and one that it would be great to see more politicians making a commitment to support.
Nodding again, Rabbi, go ahead.
You know, she hit the nail on the head, but think about it. Jewish people leaving a country just to have their lives to be safe.
All right, thanks for watching. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored.